statement and build that resume. Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Will kick off, and that'll get things underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Blue Devils offense will get the ball first. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play in the interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's second down. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a third down stop. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Bunch formation for these receivers. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Quick completion on the out. Stop just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on first down. Shoots it to the left. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollack off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollack cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
Here's a hit. open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right on the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. It's Powell. At the 20, he's got space. They get him stopped, but the big gain has him on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The Wolfpack now operating in the red zone. Looking to throw on first down. Skips away from pressure. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
He's got it on the move. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, NC State! These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about him after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Caught over the middle. It's Moore. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers.
Turning it on! They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Illegal block.
There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. And it's another 1st and 10 play. The give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run. And they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have...
What a play to set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we've got to get a stop. We've got to stop the bleeding and get the ball back to our offense.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Second down, he'll throw it. Throws for the tight end. It's caught. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Using the quick game. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. 1st and goal now as NC State tries to find a way to score. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll try to race to the edge on 1st and goal with the wide receiver. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. 2nd and goal coming up. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line. Will they be able to get that 1 more yard and stick it in here on 3rd down? They'll run the sneak for it.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into.
Scores on the sneak. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And I love it. This offense making no bones about it. We're going to be aggressive. We get the ball down to the red zone, 4th and goal, Palmer. Stay aggressive. They run the football, and they get the touchdown.
And that's the shocking thing, David, is that on 4th down, they have supreme confidence in this offensive line to win up front, one-on-one, get some push, and then how about the ball carrier just finding his way into the end zone?
They go to the ground. Shakes off the defender. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And the Blue Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try to run for it. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. They bring the punter onto the field now. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll run the RPO and throw it right.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Here we go. Finds his man in the middle. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make the...
There he goes. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
1st down. Physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Nearly picked off there, and he might be the last guy on the field you'd expect to drop that one. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Well, they've already made one. The holder will put it down at the 38 for a 48-yard attempt. Between the uprights, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Auburn had an impressive showing there on the Plains, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Bo Jackson is impressed with this one. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off play action. Got his man quickly. Gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. They'll try the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Handoff to the single running back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front. Now facing a 3rd and long. To throw, it's Locke. Throws to the wideout. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. The Blue Devils are rolling down the field. Quickly to the tight end. And he steps out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. We reached the break. It's NC State on top. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Catch in the middle, it's Moore. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And this one is perfect. There is a flag on the play. Now, if this is on the defense, it might not change that much. Offense has already made the long field goal. Can't make contact with the kicker like that. A costly special teams penalty. You've got to know your path in front of the kicker. Offense comes back on the field. The give to the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Using his feet. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
You You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. So you really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. They'll play it safe and try for 3. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. It's our forced to settle for 3.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
And off to Jones. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And you got to do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clobbered.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Fires to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Punts it out of the air. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And on the slant route, I love the location of the throw by the quarterback. He's not making it difficult on his receiver. He's putting the football out in front, hitting his receiver right in the face mask and making it easy for him.
Fires one high and deep. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Quick release by the QB. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's blocking run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that thing.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to pass. It's locked. They're setting up the screen. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. And the Blue Devils, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Duke! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Trying to get behind the defense. Fires the pass, intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Running back searching for a hole. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The RPO, it's complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the Pack on 3rd down. Quickly complete.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. The missed field goal leaves us with a double-digit game, still sitting at 10.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. NC State has work to do to convert this 3rd down. Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the catch. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Caught behind the line. It's Hoffman.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Just keeps slinging it. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Down to the 36-yard line, and some nifty moves to try to make a big play on the interception. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Looking for a man. It's Locke. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Quick spin on the run. Oh, he's got some space. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. So they picked up that last first down on the ground, now with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. They'll put it in play from the 40 on first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
Awesome body control and great job, too, knowing where he is on the field to make sure he got his feet down in bounds. At this point, this guy's been open all over the field, and if I'm the QB, man, I keep throwing him the ball.
They're looking to throw on second and short. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Quick completion on the out route. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
Fires to the middle. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. They'll run it out of the shotgun. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Going to swing it on second down. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Looking to throw again. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. Special teams coming through as they pin them back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Back to pass. It's locked. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
But we've seen this offense struggle early in this game protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight up front. They're just getting beat across the board.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Handoff to Jones. Running into the open space. Running on the Jets. The 20. He's at the touchdown. Wolfpack. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, David.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from... Oh, it's blocked!
Yeah, and that pretty much sums up the day, man. You've been getting beat all over the place. You're trying to make the score a little bit closer, maybe fight back in, maybe get competitive. Even your field goal unit isn't performing well. It's just not your day, dog.
Hand off to Jones. They bring him down behind the line of scrimmage, and now he'll have to go back to work to get over 100 yards again for the day.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front, and good job being physical by that D-line, too.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, and those corner routes are tough to throw for an offense. You try to force it, in between coverage a lot of times, and you could tell it was great defense. Nice job getting a hand in the air, getting it on the football, and making sure that receiver can't make a play on it.
Fires downfield. Another incompletion on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this when ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Scanning the field, it's locked. They're working that left side. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. And here comes the offense on second down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
The Blue Devils will punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Moving out of the pocket. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. NC State with a 1st and 10 here. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Jackson. On the move at the 30. Touchdown, Wolfpack. And the beatdown has ensued.
Quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, it is now a final in the Big Ten and a game I think a lot of folks will want to see. Rutgers took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week, and the end result was a focused group of Scarlet Knights that fired on all cylinders. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. Back to throw, it's locked. Got the quick pass. No chance to run, but still a good game.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that quarterback be going the other direction.
And the Blue Devils will send out the punt unit. That leg is staying loose, already the 5th kick of the night. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Makes the grab. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out.
Breaks into the open. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Looking to throw on first down. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. A designed run for the quarterback. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. NC State has to come up with a big play here on third down. He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Finds his man. It's Pierre. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. NC State now operating from the red zone. To the ground with the back. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And, boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Now, a fourth down.
These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. They'll try to start this final period by putting a 3 spot on the board. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Locke. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
They've got the screen set up. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
Great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. The Blue Devils really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a tight end. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And the Blue Devils are moving quickly down the field. Rides the back on the option, the give. Turning it on. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
The Blue Devils with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Back to throw, it's Locke. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little...
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
When I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense.
A shot toward the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the fourth quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Unleashes one deep. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. To the ground. He's got it again. There he goes. Got the first down and more. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
How about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. Looking for room. It's Shelton. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Holds and fires complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
To the air. It's locked. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got the back over the middle. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. And the Blue Devils have their offense in high gear. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He wants to throw it again. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. This one's almost over.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Well, you got to give this defense credit. They have hemmed him in all game. There has been nothing for this guy running the ball, whether it's been designed QB runs or on scrambles, and a nice job there with great effort. Taking the angles away, they're able to hone in on him and get him down for a massive loss on that sack.
And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
Quickly out to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
The Blue Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Motion from the back. Looking downfield, it's locked. Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. Perfectly thrown ball, nice catch, good tackle, but it's 1st and goal from the 5. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. 3:25. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. Back to pass. Lets it fly. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown. A little window dressing here at the end of the game.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in.
Oh, he's got some space. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. NC State, after that explosive run, might go right back to the well. Right back to the well. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did.